Yeah. Oh.
All right, we were having a killer discussion there. Sorry for the little delay. Hello, everyone. My name is Joel. This is the TPN After Hours show. So every other Wednesday night, we do these live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube from 10 to midnight, roughly Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time. So yes, feel free to check that out if you can do it live. Otherwise, if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube or whatnot, hello, and yeah, feel free to join us live next time if you have a chance. Here on TPN or the Pinball Network, we try our best to provide live streaming content every weeknight or almost every weeknight. And if you look over here, here's our calendar here. So on Sunday is Jordan and Becca. They're a fantastic couple. They stream at a local brewery, so constantly streaming a bunch of different games on Sunday. Monday is Hottie with Frisco Pinball. He has a great collection, super fun, very entertaining guy. Tuesday's the Pinballers with Mike, Lisa, and Carter. Very, very fun, awesome family. You're going to be hearing more from Mike later. Here we are on Wednesday with the Flipping Out stream, so welcome. Thursday would be Straight Down the Middle with Chuck Wirt, followed by George Don't Panic Flip. Two very talented streamers, not only in what they can do, but also their skill level. I mean, they're very, very good. And then over the weekend would be Jedi McMuffin. He usually does a rather social stream with his neighbors and friends. So feel free to check those out. And here at the Pinball Network, we do what we do, and we're supported by 8 amazing sponsors. To roll through those real quick: Comet Pinball, anything LED related, hit up Ryan and his team. They will hook you up. Measle Mods makes some really great mods for most modern games. Very, very cool mods. I have some of their mods in both my Turtles and my Deadpool. Scorebit, it's a great system that you can basically connect any game to the internet so that you can track scores, achievements, compare your scores with friends, and whatnot. Jay makes a great product, and they're standard by default in all JJP games. Stern Pinball, makers of some incredible pinball machines, including most of the machines behind me and most of the machines you're going to see behind others. Um, can't say enough about them. We'll probably talk more about them tonight, with their most recently release being Bond. Uh, Victor with Pin Monk, the Pinball Monk. He is an awesome dude. He makes some really cool products, including the silent flipper fan the silent fan for all your power supplies. Definitely needed in almost every modern Stern game. The flipper cooling fans to keep your fans consistent and cool as you flip. Um, Ed 150 sub. When will it's already out? It's already out. So we'd love to get a shirt. Already out. Check out Silverball Swag. Flipping out. I'm super grateful for Zach and Nicole for letting me stream for them. They are a great distributor. If you need any new used pinball machine or accessory, check them out. They will hook you up. And yeah, be thinking of Zach. Zach has back surgery tomorrow, so be thinking of him. Hopefully tomorrow that goes well and he'll be back at it. There's a pun there somewhere. So yeah, be with Zach. Or think of Zach. But yes, I appreciate Zach and Nicole and the business they provide. Pinball Photos take some awesome pictures for your arcade room, or your office, or wherever you want to hang it up. Check out Pinball Photos for some of their amazing products. And last but not least, Doug at Speaker Light Kit. If you look behind me, I have the speaker light kits in both Deadpool and Turtles. Amazing product. I just feel like a speaker grill looks barren without them. So hit him up and get a set of speaker lights. So there you go. There's all the plugs. Thank you for our sponsors, and thank you for doing what they do for us. And also thank you to these 3 guys who are on tonight to talk pinball. So we're going to go around. Sterling, hey, shout out to Sterling. Hey, Sterling actually sent me a shirt from his pinball league. So I think that's awesome. I got him in the mail today. Sterling, I'll be wearing it tomorrow on stream. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, so it is a lighter news week. So feel free to chat. If there's anything particular you want us to chat about, let us know. We do have a game in store, but we have a few other things to discuss. But real quick, let's go around the circle here. Who are you? What do you do? And what was the last game of pinball you played? So Mike, go for it.
Hey, I'm Mike, as you mentioned, Joel, from the Pinballers. We stream Tuesday evenings on TPN and, well, I guess sort of sporadically throughout the week lately. Mostly doing tournaments recently. This weekend we streamed, I think it was 12 and a half hours, and did a tournament down here in the bunker. So the aftermath is finally looking a little better. It was a fun event, but the last game I played is actually Jurassic Park, which
It's
is
back.
new.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of back, yeah. So the Spider-Man went back to its owner, and
Mhm.
he still has my Avengers. So he brought Jurassic Park now,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah. So I set that up just today as I was cleaning everything up and gave it a little clean and played some games on it, just to see, because I mean I sold mine September last year, so it hasn't been, I guess, just about a year now. And I wanted to see if I missed it, because we're talking about possibly doing a permanent trade between
Oh.
Avengers and Jurassic Park, only because he knows somebody that wants Avengers, and that guy has a game that he wants.
Ah.
So,
Okay.
I'm being a nice friend and saying, well, maybe I'll take the Jurassic Park instead. So, having a lot of fun with it. It's really a good game. I don't know if it's something that I want to keep in my collection again, though.
So if you
So
had to
we'll
make
give
the
it more. We'll give it
decision,
more time.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you had to
if I
make it
had to make
right
the
now
decision right now, Avengers or
or
Jurassic
Jurassic Park.
Park, and a final answer,
Yeah.
I think I got to stick with the Avengers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I got to stick with the
Yeah.
Avengers. But I mean, Avengers was on the chopping block for me anyway. So we'll see. I'll give it a little more time and play it some more. I'm having fun with it. But
Well, which game, if you think it's on the chopping block, which game do you think in a year would be easier to flip, like get rid of? Jurassic Park or Avengers?
that's a tough one. I think Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
although locally, on sort of our sort of Canadian, we have a Canadian website for listing pinball machines and whatnot. I think there's like 3 or 4 Jurassic Parks
Oh,
for sale right now.
okay.
A couple pros, a couple premiums. So there seems to be a lot of those right now, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of Avengers. I think one just popped up, and I know of another one, but yeah.
Well, watch out. Craig may sell his at some point.
I got mine going. It's not
Yes.
on the block yet, but
Yeah,
it's
one
certainly
day.
it's getting ready. It's getting polished up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, everybody in chat. Thanks for coming in. Matt, hope you're doing well in the UK. Squilito, hope you're doing well as well. Mike, I got to ask, though, with the tournament, 12 hours of streaming, did you have any game breakdown?
Yes, actually, Space Station went down before the tournament even started.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We were playing it, and the right flipper died. The end of stroke switch, actually, one of the leaves actually broke off of the switch.
Okay.
And I have a spare populated play field, so before the tournament, we were frantically trying to get the end of stroke off of the other play field and solder it in. We got it soldered in, and we had 2 tournaments. So by the second tournament, I did get it installed and I did get it working, and we were able to play a couple of games on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the left flipper died. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so we weren't really able to get that game in there. And I was looking forward to having it in the tournament. It's a new game, and
Yeah.
we have tournaments down here every few months. So I was looking forward to seeing how it would play in a tournament. But maybe next time I got it working again now. So
Nice.
I also have a sorcerer, which is not
That's
working.
new.
I could not get that working in time for the tournament, so I'm hoping to work on that with some spare time. Maybe make it like a little mini winter project or something to get going.
Very cool. Well, thanks for being here, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Dennis, you're up next, man.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Joel. Very kind of you.
Absolutely.
My name's Dennis Kriesel. I co-host the Pinball Show on the Pinball Network with Zach Minnie every other week. And then I also co-host the Eclectic Gamers podcast with Tony off of the Pinball Network, which we have recently launched a Patreon if anyone wants to go and provide support to one of the longest running pinball and video game podcasts that actually exists out there. And in terms of the game I most recently played, that would be Stern's Kiss.
Oh, you were ready to go with that. Cut and paste. Look at you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what you
On
mean.
both Twitch and Facebook. You got to get YouTube in there too, real quick. Stern Kiss. Okay, you don't own that, so that was at a tournament or on site, on location.
It was on location. So I had went actually with my co-host Tony. He had taken last week off, and so over the weekend, the day before we record on Sundays. He was like, "Hey, you want to get lunch and play some pinball?" And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll meet you at one of the locations we hadn't been to in a while." And they had Harlem, they had Godzilla Pro, they had Kiss Pro, they had Rush Pro, they had Stranger Things Premium, and they had Addams Family.
Nice.
So we played Godzilla, Rush, Kiss, and Stranger Things.
So
and
go ahead. Sorry.
And I was going to say, and we'll just say that the person I played with after we played Kiss, which was the game we ended on, said, "This is so much better than Rush."
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Really?
I know. Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
It's a
Tony-
good game. I
It is
really
fun,
want
though.
a
It
Kiss.
is fun.
Yeah, I would love to have one,
Now-
but I think they're too
now,
expensive. Too
They
expensive.
now, to be fair, we hadn't played Kiss in years, and when we both played it, all these other people are going and rotating around games. We're being completely obnoxious. We weren't drinking, but we're completely obnoxious every time the demon ball lock is happening, and like we're going like that, and just totally over the top with all of the effects and stuff. They had to color DMD in it, but we both earned replays because we drove the score up so much. The game went a really long time, and it was just
Nice.
like, wow. That helps you love a game, is when you feel like you haven't played it in a long time and you go up and you understand all of the rules and your score shows it.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that with Rush too. You could do that face if I don't know when, but you can.
No, we tried Rush a few
Yeah.
times before that, and I got a multi-ball going. I think we each earned an achievement through the Insider Connected, but that
One
was
shot
achievement.
collected.
Well, yeah.
yes, I think that was the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That was the one. And yes, T Micked. It was the Nubs Kiss. It plays real well.
So, question for you. I mean, you own a Godzilla Premium, have put a lot of time on your Godzilla Premium. How does it feel to play a pro then?
Sad. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's different. It's a different. It's a different experience. I felt my. Of course, this is unfair. I felt my home game played better than the location Godzilla. Just like some of the feeds were a little weird. Like it would bounce. The ball would. I'd dead pass off of the. The scoop might fire to the left flipper, and it's bouncing into the bottom right of the sling instead of just bouncing to the right flip. Little things
Okay.
that I don't think it had to do with the pro. It's just a setup difference. But I do know after we were in a chat, just Tony and me were in a chat discussion with another TPN member. I won't say who. I'll just say it's another triple drain host, Joel.
Oh.
And
Travis or...
and he sort of asked a similar question about like what had happened, and Tony had said, "Oh, our scores on Godzilla Pro weren't very good. We only put a couple of games on it." And I mentioned, "Oh, I just think it needed one or two little adjustments." And Tony's response was, "Yeah, a shift to premium."
That's a little adjust.
So
I mean,
he's just dropping bombs
Yeah.
left and right. But,
Tony is very good at making his opinion clear. He has no and I love it. But I mean, there are a lot of people that say Godzilla Pro is just faster. They say it's a faster game because there's no mechs to slow
definitely,
it down.
it's definitely faster.
Yeah, but is that a good or a bad thing in your mind? I mean,
Depends what you want. Most of the time, I prefer pros. I would say I could definitely see getting tired of the physical ball lock on the premium and waiting for it. I mean, I get annoyed with that sometimes, but I also like its diverter, and that's why I would never turn it off to change levels.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
So, and I also, if you not having to deal with the danger of the rotating stand-up bank to protect Mechagodzilla, that makes the pro move better, more controllable, because that spinner shot's safe on both of them, but you lose the sprinter shot once you've activated Mechagodzilla's shield on the premium. So it's just different. I mean, I would say, as a game, I would like if I had not been able to have the funds for the premium, I'd have been quite happy with the pro.
So Mike,
Easy pick. It's still best game. Still best game.
Mike, as a pro owner, do you have anything to add to that discussion?
Well,
Mike has a pro. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't too hard.
Yeah.
Glad I wasn't too hard on it.
Yeah.
I mean, as the only pro owner in the chat right
I don't
now,
own the game yet, if that makes you feel better. Yeah.
What are you waiting on a premium?
I mean, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him.
So
With his hats.
as a pro owner, and having played them both, I don't find there's the mechs are great and everything, but I don't find that there's a huge difference in gameplay other than the way the ball gets fed to your flipper with the building moving up and down during specific modes. The pro is definitely faster. I do think with that building, the way it moves, the scoring potential is a little better on the premium. I think the pro, like Dennis said, is probably a faster game and maybe a little bit harder to play. Because that spinner lane to the Mechagodzilla is pretty brutal, and it's not the best feed, and it's a much smaller shot. It's almost
It is a lot smaller.
It's a
good
very
point.
smaller shot, so you're getting
That's
a
a
lot
good
more
point.
bricks off of it as well, right?
Yeah.
And then when you do light the Mechagodzilla, you have to hit the side targets. There's 2 targets on the side. They don't rotate to the front.
Yep.
So those are also harder to hit too. So I think the pro maybe plays a little harder. Premium's friendlier, a little more scoring, but they're
Well,
both great games.
you're a better player, so you should have the harder.
Yeah, you need the
version.
challenge, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least
And
Carter does.
when I
Carter
wasn't getting
definitely
a
needs the
billion,
challenge.
I did what every little nooblet does, and I raised the back legs to reduce the side to side,
Yeah.
and that's how I did it.
Yeah. Well, I know when I had the Pro, to hit those side targets on the Mecha Godzilla, you go up the middle, you hold up the left flipper, and you give it
Yeah.
a nudge, and it just like that. Knowing that that's what you have to do to get to it, I enjoyed that. I thought that was kind of a fun challenge. But either way, what's fun about Godzilla is the shots. The shots feel amazing, and the code. And luckily, the shots and the code are the same in both games. So it's I agree. I think the premium though just has a fun.
It's no
sprinkling of
Galactic
toys.
Tank Force, but
No, it's not. We don't even know yet, but it's gonna be. Oh man, I know we're all pumped. So speaking of pumped, Craig, thanks for being here. Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me as
Yep.
always, Joel. I am, of course, Craig Bobby. I do the Top Stories news segment on the Pinball Show podcast every week with Zach and Dennis Kriesel here, our co-host, which is part of the Pinball Network. We discuss news, market trends, game reviews, Stern production updates, lots of good stuff that you don't see or hear anywhere else, and basically anything to do with what's happening in the world of pinball. So come check us out.
Yeah, and Craig, thanks for being here. I know. I mean, you were a one pin house for a long time, and you were like the biggest supporter of Avengers for a long time. Like, and
Canada's biggest Avengers
and
supporter.
Avengers is a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong, but now that Godzilla's in your house, and because you've had like what? It's like 2,500 plays on your Avengers. Like
over 3,000 now.
Over 3,000. Like you've put in work on that Avengers,
and I've still never beat it.
So now that you've had Godzilla sitting right next to it, how you feeling? Like, is your love of Godzilla growing? Is it? I mean, where are you?
So today or yesterday, it was either today. I can't remember which. Anyway, I stepped up to Godzilla and I sort of came at it very sort of pessimistically. Like, is it really as good as I think it's gonna be, or I thought it was up until this point? And I'm telling you, every game I get on it, I'm like, God damn this game! I don't even want to like it anymore, but I still love it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, can I really be playing this game over and over and really think it's as good as it is? And it is. I just think it is one of the greatest games that's been created so far. I think it's going to be heralded as just one of those classic games that will not get old. It'll be anyone that has a multi-pin collection. I think you're going to want this pin in your collection. You're going to want to bolt it down. They've just done all the right things with it. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
And even stuff like, Keith Owen, who has said publicly he doesn't like scoops, so he puts a scoop in his game, but he doesn't make it easy. It's not it's not an up the middle scoop. It's on the side. It's so damn hard, but I shouldn't say it's so damn hard. It's just hard enough that it's not a gimme, but you love when you hit it. So, it seems like I'm hitting it, and then when it's really time to hit it, I can't freaking get it because you just have to hit it off the the ball has to be just on the edge of your left flipper to get it in there, or you get lucky on a bounce somewhere else.
So
anyway, they've just done
so
so many good things with it.
Craig, when you first got it though, I remember you messaged me and you're like, do you have any advice on hitting this scoop? I'm so frustrated by the scoop. What have you found it? Did it just take time?
No, it just takes time. It's still not a gimme for me, but I'd say I'm probably over half now. I'm over 50% to hit it.
Okay.
But there are times where it's just like, I'll smash it in there and it bounces out, which is always fun. And I'll do that a couple times. I'm like, oh my God. But it's just so, and again, like, Rush had so many problems with their scoop, and yet you look at this scoop and it's flawless. I just don't understand how they messed that scoop up in that
Rush
game.
was a weird one-off because Stern didn't historically have big problems with scoops.
No.
It was weird. That was weird.
Anyway, so it's just a design issue they had.
Have you thought about putting precision flippers in, Craig, to help with your scoop?
I mean,
it had occurred to me actually. I'm like, Joel is not having this problem. I know.
So Ozok actually brought it up here, and this is a good question. So, what between the three of you guys, which is harder? Which is the hardest scoop? Guardians, Metallica, or Godzilla? Because they're all on the right side, and they're all important.
Metallica
me,
and Guardians are pretty much in the same spot, I
Yeah.
think.
I
Metallica.
mean, mathematically, Guardians for me is easily my worst rating on any of them. I never could get that thing when I needed it.
Huh. 'Cause
I don't know. I find that Godzilla scoop, well, it's not hard. It's just in a really odd spot.
Yeah,
It's like if
For
you're
me
too,
on
if
my
you're too,
flippers, right? Like it's
yeah, if you're too late on the flipper, you hit the pop. And in fact,
Yeah.
sometimes I want that, and because I'm
skip it
usually
in.
wanting saucer attacks anyway. So I might
Yep.
say, you know what, I'm going to qualify saucer attack or the saucer, and then I'm going to shoot, and hopefully the pop will send it into the scoop, because that happens maybe, I don't know, 20% of the
all the
time.
time. Yep.
Yeah.
And I actually find Star Trek Pros scoop harder than Godzilla's.
Interesting. The Time Machine I was going to throw that in as a joke, or World Cup Soccer. And the answer is World Cup Soccer. We all know World Cup Soccer scoop is
Oh
like
my God.
the most
yes.
frustrating
yes,
scoop ever.
Yes.
But I just thinking about the scoop on the lower part there on the right side.
But
Godzilla,
I think
though, yeah, it's
Guardians, though, that scoop is so far on the edge. It's like, I think it's about 2 millimeters off of the flipper. I think you need to phantom flip into it.
Yeah.
what I found, and maybe it's I'm used to my Guardians now, is I can sort of, like, instead of doing, like, how you do a post pass, flick it a little sooner and have it just roll up the flipper and then back flip it, and
Yeah.
it's actually pretty consistent to go into the scoop, and it actually works on Godzilla as well. So
George.
if the ball is coming up and then gonna roll back down the flipper as opposed to rolling off, try back flipping it into the scoop and see.
Okay, I've only inadvertently done it. I never thought that it might be achievable with skill. Okay.
George, don't panic flip. He does it all the time. Like, that's his go-to way of hitting the scoop, is to backhand
It's
it on the
safer
right
too.
flip.
Yeah, I think
it
it's
makes
safer
sense if you can do it.
Yeah.
Ozzo brought up something important here too, and I've seen this. That I've seen it on. There was a Metallica that I saw in a tournament that if you hit the right orbit or full plunged hard enough, you could let it dead bounce off the left flipper and it would just go straight up into the scoop. So I don't know, depending on somebody's setup, that would be an interesting way to see if you can hit a scoop. But
I think it may have possibly been designed that way too, because the one I had did the exact same thing too. As long as you have it dialed in with they always have a typical range that you're supposed to pitch the game at and whatnot. As long as you're within sort of that range, I think the majority of the time it should go in there, or at least close to it. But you should be able to adjust it to get it there. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But, well, hey, the three of you guys, thanks for all being here. So, yeah, we're going to dive in here. Chat, I see chat's already being active. Thank you guys for all being here. If there's anything particular you guys want us to talk about, I mean, we're all of us are looking at chat and do what we can. Dennis, we're going to talk about something I know Dennis loves talking about, which is, he already brought it up. It's clearly on his mind, which is the precision flipper kits. The only reason I wanted to bring it up is because I respect the heck out of John, the creator, and he's still creating. Like, he's still making cool stuff. So John sent me one of every color, and they look great. They look really good in person. And I actually took some
ones.
Yeah, wow. I actually took some pictures of each set on both my Turtles and my Deadpool, and posted them on the main page of the Precision Flipper Kit. What I will say is, the more I play with them, it is very apparent the ball comes off these faster. And so because of that, I do feel like when you hit a shot, even if it rattles a little bit, because there's more power behind it, it's going to make it up the ramp. And I really like that. But with them being faster, if you miss, that ball's coming back at you faster. So it's kind of a pro. Yeah, if you get close with, like, if you hit the ramp, it's probably going to make it up. If you miss the ramp, it's coming right back down fast. I will say, though, of all of them that I've tried, my absolute favorite are the Halo graphic precision. Those are the ones where the center is gone. Like, he's ground that out, because they're even lighter, and the ball, it's awesome. They come off even faster. But what I wanted to bring up was, Craig had asked about the install, and I've shown this before. And the reason I'm bringing this up is, if you don't know about swapping out a flipper bat, it's basically you have a shaft, and then there's this metal block that pinches the shaft. So you have to tighten it really, really tight. So you're pinching a block around a round shaft. And the reason this has to be round is because normally you have a flipper at the top, and you have to get the angle of the flipper just right, and then wrench it down and tighten it down. And so this is what I think is really cool. This is what John just released. I'm running out of space here. Boom. This is his new thing. So because the flipper shaft doesn't have to be Like, you don't have to get the top of the flipper perfect because you're going to adjust that when you put the flipper pad on top. There's no reason this has to be round anymore. So he's actually making this block that's keyed. And so it'll just slide in and you tighten it down. And it's just one more thing that I think is kind of creative for the creator to I don't know, he'll make it even easier. Like, so we don't have to get into it. I see chat, give me a hard time. But I just think,
what do those cost, Joel?
I have no idea. He just posted that today. But I think it's a cool idea because there's no other flipper system that could have that because you need the shaft to go around. But it's keyed, boom, tighten it up, move on.
Do you have a flipper promo code that we can use when we go to the website?
I don't, but believe it or not, John does say if you mention, so like tomorrow night, if I'm streaming a game that has them installed, if you order within 24 hours after that stream, if you mention it to John the creator, he does 10% off. So there you go.
Use the promo code Joel Can Flip.
Joel can make the ramps this time. Yeah.
I shouldn't say.
All right, I know Dennis wants like the code to be baby's first flipper or what?
No. I was gonna say, or be like me and just wait for one of the distributors to make the knockoff version that they'll sell instead.
Perfect.
Just wait.
Yeah. Then I don't get any cutback from John. I'm not like, I don't get any percentage or anything. I personally think it's cool.
Baby's first thief, John.
And I'll be happy to
$10 less. $10 less. It'll be the exact same look.
What I'm seeing
They'll just
here
make
is,
them out of rhodium instead.
What really gets chat going is you just share a product that nobody wants to talk about anymore, apparently. So, all right. So we're gonna go to our number one.
I will note there may eventually be a Baby's First Flipper on the EGP Patreon, available for only $1 a month.
So, Dennis, I don't know if you saw 2 weeks ago's episode, but we had David Dennis on here, and he tried as much as he could to mention Silver Ball Chronicles. I mean, he mentioned it, I don't know. I mean, Craig was there like 15 times. So, feel free to see if we're competing with the Patreon.
I don't need you to listen to the show. I would just like your dollar.
Patreon. Just skip the show. Just
do it for the Babies First. I'm dropping one each month.
All right. Well, let's do a little bit of news. Hey, chat, if there's anything that you guys want us to mention or talk about, let's do it. What are you doing? Zach's in chat here. Oh, prayers coming. No, Zach, I mentioned to everybody on chat that you're having back surgery tomorrow. So I said, think of him. Yeah, it should be a good time. Might be idea to put on Whirlwind to make. Yeah, I mean, if you want to mess, it's a fun mod. It's a fun mod. If you have more questions, feel free to message me or email me. I'll talk to you all day.
I want to see those on an EM with a Powerball.
That would be.
That's what I was thinking of. When Joel was talking about the speed and precision, I was like, he needs to get some ceramic balls put into these games. It's too bad we have so many magnets used now because I gotta admit,
glass.
They're kind of fun with System 1. So.
All right, so Stern, what is it? The Pinball News Podcast, I think is what it is. There was an interview recently. It was two English guys. I don't know them. This is actually the first time I've listened to their podcast. But one of the two guys actually played Bond. And he kind of went through...
Pinball News, Pinball Magazine podcast.
Perfect, yes. He went through the whole thing. And basically what he was told was the games were shipped with an older version of code that had assets in it that were not approved. And so by the time Stern got them the new code with approved assets... They have some rule that if there's machines in your booth at this show, you're not supposed to be working on them during the show. So like they're saying they couldn't update the code during the show. That's what he said.
I thought their code can update through Wi-Fi.
Good point. Well, I doubt they're connected. I don't know. Well, Zach knows. I mean, the cost of Wi-Fi in these, or to have a Wi-Fi in your booth,
it would probably take like
78
hours or something to update the code.
Well, if it was my Wi-Fi dongle, yes, that's true.
So
Godzilla's a half a day update no matter what. So
he said, well, the Pinball News guy, he was allowed to take photos, but he wasn't supposed to share them. He was allowed to take photos for later. He took some photos, but then apparently somebody else took some photos. And they saw him do it, and he said, don't worry, I won't share them. Lies. He ended up sharing them. They got out. So I don't know if it's who.
That's the best part. I won't share them.
I won't share them.
Why is Pinball so full of lies and deceit? Why can't you guys be good people?
Finshiro, what's the future of Stern home pins? Okay, we'll get to that. So, baby's first dongle. Yeah. So, you need to start writing these down, Dennis.
Yeah, you need to do that.
So the games weren't at
Baby's
the
first
show.
pinball reveal.
Yeah.
It's like endless.
I have one of those already. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They weren't. Unfortunately, they weren't at the show. So, but he said he was allowed to have the game after the show. He took some cell phone footage of it, but apparently it still had that old code. It was up, and Stern said, take it down because there's stuff in there that wasn't approved. So then he got the new code. He was able to push that on. And then, so that video that is out there, that's on their website, that is approved by Stern. They're like, that's fine. You can go ahead and have it out. But as somebody who's actually played it, he said he played it for, like an hour or two. He said there was code on it where all you had to do was hit the left orbit, which goes up the ramp, and it immediately started a multi-ball. So it's as if Stern gave them code for the show so that people could experience the toys. So he was like, don't believe all the code you're seeing online because some of it is tuned to be super friendly for somebody who's going to play it for just a short time.
Like novelty code or something,
right? Like a video game slice, vertical. They just used to do demos. They they still do, called vertical slice.
Correct.
Where it's just like a taste of a bunch of the stuff, but it's not at all how it would actually be.
Yes.
I feel like the more I hear about this, the more it just gets worse and worse. Like I don't feel like any of this information makes this reveal any more understandable or better in any way. It's just the whole decision-making process this entire time. This is still the worst reveal Stern has done in maybe a decade. I don't know. It's just all messed up in my opinion. Like
if I wasn't doing
disaster.
If I wasn't doing podcasts like Eclectic Gamers, I would have no interest in this at this point. Like I wouldn't even tune into the live stream, which is 2 weeks away still. I'd be like, nope, I'm sorry. You guys lost me with everything you've done here. And it's not a theme I want. So, I mean, I'll follow it still because I kind of have to for, what I do in the hobby. But at this point, I feel like I've been talking about James Bond for a month. That's why in our pre-production, for those that don't know, Joel said, well, we have to talk about Bond, of course. And I asked, well, do we?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're doing it constantly and there's not really anything new except here's yet another mess up.
Well, go ahead, Mike.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, it seems you're right. Like the release has been fumbled. I mean, the Queen's death aside, delaying the game. I mean, the game was still, the release was still, in shambles. But it's reminiscent of, some of these other companies. Like we're used to Stern releasing a game and then within 2 weeks, games, on the line. Even at operators, now we're looking at months for homeowners to get pros to premiums. Maybe I think premiums are next month, I think, or LEs, by the end of the year. But I mean, you expect that look at Chicago gaming, right? How long before people were getting Cactus Canyons after the announcement? It feels like it's kind of going down that road, and then you're saying, okay, well, if it's going to take this long for Bond to come out, when is the next reveal going to be? The next game? Typically, it should be at the end of December, but people aren't even going to have these in their hands. So what are they going to now reveal? Another game that we can't get when the one that they've already shown is still unavailable already anyway? So is that now going to delay that game? Like, when is the next game going to be released?
It's just so amateur is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is all the other companies, we, even when the ones we like and we want them to, we want to see good games out of everyone. We expect the others to be amateur and we don't expect it out of Stern. And this kind of feels, I mean, I'm still not clear. All right, they're building in November. Can we buy pros as homeowners or can we not? Because the initial information, which I think has been true since at least Stranger Things, has been pros first run. It's only for operators. Then they do LEs and then they do more pros later. And so then the news comes out that the next run of pros is April. And then Stern, like unofficially or through, social media channels indicates, no, that's completely wrong. The distributors aren't being honest about that. And I've heard from multiple distributors that they were all under the impression that pros are operator only on the first run. So Stern clearly didn't tell them. And now I think it's a little wonky to try and throw them under the bus because you had a piss poor communication strategy. And I'm going to side with the distros on this because everything else on this communication strategy has been a fail. And it's
Yeah,
just how it is. It's just how
Yeah.
I don't mean it to be mean. It's just how it is.
I think it's definitely it's got to be a combination here. I mean, it definitely sounds like one, a licensor that's very particular, because this is a huge thing. This 60th anniversary of Bond is huge. So I think there was a lot of events that it's very clear that, I mean, this picture's from an event right here. So it's a lot of like, we got to be here, we got to do this, we got to do this. But I also think, I just don't think the code is at a really good point that they want, like, they don't want to stream it yet because the code isn't where it needs to be. That's
Yeah.
my guess. There's no reason why Stern wouldn't stream it unless the code is not where it needs to be. And that's where I think we're at. I know the guy that played it on that podcast that I was talking about said there's like no music in the game right now. So the whole time you play it, it's the Bond theme the whole time.
Mhm.
He said there's one mode where if you get into, I think it's what's
I had to say that.
no,
I
thank you.
hope we don't
please.
get a DMCA strike.
That's
Is it what's the guy's name that gives him all the
They should have
gadgets?
I should do
a
the
Q.
music for
Q.
them.
So apparently there's a, if you hit a certain shot, it starts a queue thing, and it's like that mode. He said it's very, there's actual music and call outs and stuff. But who was it? Somebody in chat actually made a really good comment here. S Jab, he says, say what you will about Toy Story, but that was a solid launch. You are 100% correct. Toy Story,
Mhm.
and as much as we mocked the fist pumping dude, you know, and the girl, and it's just, but yes, good props to them.
Yeah.
Great video, great behind the scenes video. Zach obviously was straight down the middle, did that.
Yep.
And then the
They
games were
perfected
there.
it.
The games were on
When-
location the very next day.
It
I know
was textbook.
I know Travis bought one and he had it in his house like 3 days later. So yes.
When is the actual Bond 60th anniversary? Not the game, but the actual
it's
anniversary
tomorrow.
of the franchise.
I
So
believe it was
this is-
today.
So this is the only thing I can think of Stern was trying to get ahead of this.
Today.
Right.
Right?
I think it was
They
today.
were behind, but they
So-
wanted to get this. They wanted to get this out and announced before the actual anniversary. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, I thought that too, except like, but we still haven't seen officially the Elwyn Bond. So why didn't that drop today on the anniversary? I
That
mean,
makes sense.
Triumph today dropped their 60th anniversary Bond motorcycle. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like the perfect day to do it. And here we are
Mhm.
with Bond Gomez being revealed a couple weeks before, originally a couple weeks, and then we had to delay it a week, and then oh no, we got to delay it 2 more days on top of that,
Yeah.
and then the code's not ready. And I wanted to ask you, Joel, do you think the code is actually not ready, or do you think that the licensor hasn't fully approved the proper code yet because of all
Well-
the content in it, and that's the holdup?
I am leaning just the fact that it's Lonnie on code, and he has proven that with both Stranger Things and Guardians of the Galaxy, where the games just weren't really fleshed out on launch. I'm assuming it may be a little of both. It may be there clearly like music or other assets that, I mean, maybe it's just the licensor. Now that I think about it, what's in the game right now? The Bond theme. Well, obviously the licensor has approved the Bond theme, so maybe they're just holding back on any custom music or custom sounds, custom clips, custom that stuff. Maybe that's the stuff they haven't approved yet, and that's why it's not out.
But-
I don't know.
Maybe they have the theme songs from a lot of these movies
Maybe
that they're working on. Like,
you know, it's so weird. I just wanted to say I liked the comment that Pinmonk made in the chat about if the Queen hadn't cooperated by dying, they would have really had an excuse problem. I mean, think about like where
Yeah.
would we have been at?
Uh,
So if that didn't happen, would we
Wow.
have seen footage from the floor of UK IAPA with just the Bond theme and annoying diamond tinkling sounds, and it's all Alice Cooper Nightmare Castle all over
Yeah.
again, and
the bubbles
everyone's
popping.
freaking out about
Yeah.
everyone's freaking out about the sound package because there's
It's
no
just-
music to mask it.
Yeah, and then to have it shown again at this British Film Institute award thing, and it comes up and there's the over the shoulder, cell phone image of the game in action again. It's like, Jesus,
Yeah.
what are they doing? Like, why are those games still over there? I don't know. Why are they still
Yeah.
roaming around, and why is the
Mm.
code still not right? And I
I-
don't know. It was just a disaster.
I've been so tempted. I haven't talked
horrible.
to Zach about this, but I've been really tempted for the pinball show to bring up the idea of doing creating a recurring segment where we do a this week in pinball potatoes, and we show some random potato cam footage.
Just the worst. Yeah.
Just like y'all with your 320p cameras going out there getting the scoops. Thanks. Big help.
Well, yeah, I don't know. We're definitely in a wait and see situation with Bond. Definitely more waiting. The good news is apparently the official Dead Flip stream is happening. I think it was October 18th. So 2 weeks roughly before we actually see like official gameplay footage. No idea. No idea when anybody will get a game. I don't know, Zach, if you have any idea, but I don't know when distributors are going to get their first set of games. I think I heard something. It's like late October, early November is when they're even making them. So
That's the other funny part. It's like
no.
normally Stern's got this down. Like they know to the day when they're getting stuff, and this one's like a complete mystery.
Yeah.
Last I thought, I don't know if it ended up in the show, the TPS show or not. I thought the build was starting November. So
I think that's what he said on
Yeah.
TPS. Yeah.
So again, I don't understand why they chose to. I mean, again, I thought it was like what Mike said. I thought it had to have to do with the 60th anniversary, and then I don't understand why not all 4 versions are out by today.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I also think this is if anyone, before Venom or before that Comic-Con show where they were supposed to reveal Venom. And then everyone was adamant, or, I guess Zach started off by saying, guys, they will not reveal at a show. They will never reveal at a show, right? They've never revealed at a show before. Well, if this isn't a textbook case of why you don't reveal at a show, I don't know what it is anymore.
Yeah.
If I was Gary Stern, I would be pounding my fist saying, we will never, ever do this again, because it's a disaster. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's not a disaster.
Was it
But-
That's
Monsters?
ruined.
I thought
Stern's
Monsters
done.
was.
Stern's
Yeah.
done. Let's liquidate the parts.
Yeah.
I
They're
thought,
still gonna sell games. They're not. It's not. It's what I mean. But think it is in the grand scheme of things. And I think maybe you said this, Dennis. In the grand scheme of the game itself, if the reveal had gone off without a hitch, think of what that would have resulted in terms of sales. If they had their stuff together. So
That was Zach's point, not mine.
that yeah.
He
Okay.
emphasized
Was it
that.
okay?
Yeah, he deserves
So
credit for that.
I do think there's an opportunity lost there, and sales is sales, man. And there is a diminishing law of returns here. And I do think that if, like Godzilla, when that Godzilla came out, it was so like I was giggly with joy when I saw that reveal because it was so fantastic. And I actually was very skeptical about that game as well. I was like, oh, Godzilla, I like it, but do I really like it that much? And I saw that, and I was like, my God, this is like the greatest thing. And I never even played, I hadn't played it, and I still didn't play it until I bought it to that point, just because I had that image and that moment wrapped in my head, like, I'm getting this game. This is, it was fantastic. And so, to contrast with what they did with James Bond, it's horrible. If I was interested in James Bond, I'd be like, nope, not anymore. To Dennis's point, I'm done.
Well,
I'm done.
I think it is. I mean, it is very clear that yes, Stern is normally really good about this. They are a lot better at the reveals, a lot better at being on top of stuff. This one kind of fell apart, but unfortunately, for people outside pinball enthusiasts, outside everybody that's in chat right now, if you are on a Bond forum or something and you hear this, and all of a sudden you're Googling pinball, like how to buy a pinball machine.
They don't
The
care.
problem is they're reaching out to distributors who have no answers for them. So these are people outside of pinball that are interested that have no answers. So it's just it's an unfortunate situation. But hey, in 6 months or a year from now, we'll have to look back on this and be like, it's really
There are
unfortunate
some companies
that the launch really hurt them. Or you know what? Look at how much they rebound from that launch because the game's great.
Yeah.
A lot of it could really, what I'm wondering at this point is back to your point, Joel, about the code. If the game ends up shipping in November and the code is, because of approvals or whatever, is not very far along, it could end up being like a Walking Dead situation where Walking Dead is still overall, compared to where that game is now, it is not a very well rated game. And it's because a lot of people hated it with how the rules were when it first came out. And I don't know yet. I haven't seen it play. So I'm not saying that that's the scenario, but that's the next hurdle. The first hurdle was the cleanness of the reveal and information. That's clearly been bungled. So the next thing is going to be like when we watch this stream on the 18th, and they play it, are we gonna be like seeing everyone having to sandbag because you can't get too far? Because once you get past Rocket Mini Wizard mode, there ain't nothing there. Or I
It'll
mean,
get
I remember.
DMCA'd
Yeah, it's
anyway. The
true.
stream it'll get
Yeah.
DMCA'd because of
Yeah.
the
Oh,
theme
yeah.
music.
Honestly, I'm thinking it is my guess right now. I have no idea what guess is. I'm too vague for that. Something really terrible is going to happen during the stream. It's going to crash. They're going to get DMCA'd live. Just something's going to go wrong because everything is going wrong with this launch. So
Yeah, don't pull a Zach in Toy Story. Yeah, Zach, hey, if whenever you bring Bond for me to stream, feel free to show me how to play and just wizard mode it again. We'll just make that a thing. No, I remember that very clearly on the Deadpool reveal that I think it was George or somebody kind of whispered into Jack's ear, like, I need you to stop. That's because he
Don't
had
show
beaten all
everything.
3 battles and he got to the Sauron multi-ball. And I don't think they had anything after that at the time. So they're like, pump the brakes here for a second.
Yeah, to Dennis's point, like even with Guardians of the Galaxy, that was a slow launch. Even Stranger Things too. Even the code for both of those games weren't. And you got to imagine, how many sales were lost because of that too, right? So Walking Dead probably, it's a hugely popular game now, but there would probably be even more out there if the code had been done earlier. Just like Guardians and Stranger Things, there'd be even more of them. So people moved on. People moved on when they saw that the games didn't play well or the code was terrible. So they, instead of buying that game, they bought whatever came out next or whatever came out previous. And
I do think too, just to sort of circle back around and not to beat a dead horse with this, but when you commit yourself to these type of events, you can't stop the train that leaves the track. As soon as they said we are going to be at this trade show and we are going to be at this British Film Institute thing, they got to be there with the game, or else it turns into the Comic-Con event where they had Ozzy Osbourne and the wrestling Mexican wrestlers and Todd McFarlane there with no game. So do they show up again to another event, weirdly with with a Bond impersonator and no game?
what's the point? What was the point
you know
of
what
that?
I mean? So again, I just think it's to try, everyone has this fantasy, we're going to go to this trade show and it's going to be awesome. And the game's going to be there and the hype's going to be there and it's going to be wonderful. But then in the world of COVID or production delays or whatever, you get into these situations that you can't recover from. And they still, I'm arguing, we're still arguing that they haven't recovered from this. And I don't know that they ever will, frankly. The game's just going to start getting produced. And it wouldn't shock me, to Dennis's point, if this reveal stream gets delayed. It would not shock me at all. Or if something goes wrong during the reveal stream again, it's just been a disaster. So again, what's to think that something's going to go right at this point?
Well, I remember with
Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I remember with the Led Zeppelin stream, they they had to move from Twitch to Facebook to YouTube because they just kept getting muted and shut down all the time. So that's why I'm saying this Bond, the music is iconic. Is there gonna be a DMCA on, as soon as we start hearing the Bond theme, we're going to get muted and then we're going to have to follow the white rabbit or whatever to wherever stream is going to go next.
Right. Because I don't remember. I thought on Twitch there were things now. Some of the DMCA bots were actually going after live channels, not just VODs of the recordings and muting them. I don't recall. I think my guess, if I'm going to guess for what the error will be, Craig, here's what it will be. That day, they're going to want to flash a new update on the game. And they won't have enough time. It's going to go wrong. It's going to take too long. The dongle is going to be uncooperative. USB stick will have been formatted on a Mac. Something's going to happen.
Don't ask that.
I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
Well, so just to wrap it up, what I will say, I agree. I think maybe this will be, if this game does come out and the code's not very good or not too far fleshed out, this might be one of the first games that distributors actually have them sitting on the shelf for a little while until the game, slowly develops. But I will say, that was Stranger Things. Stranger Things, distributors had them on shelves. And I remember there was a local guy trying to sell his Pro for $4,600 and couldn't do it. But now, if you ask Zach, if you could order 80, not 80, but 50 more Stranger Things, I'm pretty sure he'd do it. So hey, there's a
Yeah.
chance that a few years from now we may all be like, hey, remember how bad the Bond reveal was, and see how much that game's turned around. You know, I
I
hope. I
picked up
hope. Yeah.
I picked up my Stranger Things directly from Stern with the IFPA discount. So if you're like in the top 1,000 on the IFPA, you get an IFPA discount buying directly through the IFPA. Who you get it through Stern. And I remember with the Stranger Things, they were actually offering an additional discount for the Stranger Things
Just to get it out.
just to
Wow.
get them out. They
Wow.
were holding. They had so many of them. I ended up buying mine, and the one that I had bought was manufactured over a year before I actually got it. It was like I think I got mine February 2021, and the build was I think March 2020 or something like that. So
Oh,
they were
wow.
sitting on them for the longest time, and now look at them. Everybody
Now look at it.
wants
Yeah,
them.
everybody wants one. And that's all I can say. I mean, Lonnie has proven himself. Guardians is good code. Stranger Things is good code. George Gomez is George Gomez. The layout looks fun. So at the end of the day, if this is a theme you like and you're okay with the art or like the art, I would guess in a few years we're all going to be, we'll probably have something positive to say about the game. But the one
Yeah.
thing we can't talk about right now is the fact that this current state of Bond and the what the heck is going on really sucks. And I hope we can, work through this and move past this, and we'll
Yeah,
see.
and it's nothing against the game itself because frankly, no one's really seen it beyond some
Yeah.
grainy cell phone stuff. So and their little reveal video, but those don't really show you that much in terms of the gameplay. So it's nothing to say. I'm sure George has made a solid game.
Yeah.
The layout looks fun. So but there's much to be determined on that side. But just it's really just the reveal itself and how they've been handling the marketing so far of it.
So great topics. Great. We could talk about this more, but yes, hopefully so here's the deal. Unfortunately, in 2 weeks, I will not be streaming. So the next time that we have a chance to do this chatting stream, we will have watched the actual reveal. So we should have more information on it. We hope, unless there's like Dennis is saying something comes,
more delays.
something happens. Oh, Stern Factory flooded again. It's like, I don't know. It's
exactly.
We will see. But hey, speaking of good games, this is Mike. I got to give you props. This is Mike's idea. So we are shortly here going to go and we're going to watch the commercial. I know everybody loves the commercial, but when we get back from the commercial, this is the game that we're playing. In chat, we need your help on this. Basically, on Pinside has done a top 100s. Well, they've actually ranked every game. There's 300 something games that are out there. And so the thought there is chat is going to suggest a game. So we'll make it real easy. They suggest Godzilla. What's going to happen is we are going to look up Godzilla. We can look up a little bit of information, but I'm not going to scroll down too far. And we, out of the four of us, are going to discuss the game, and we are going to decide each individually where we think Godzilla ranks. So we're going to type that in, and then we will actually look to see where it's ranked, and we'll see how close we are, positive or negative, and we're going to keep a tally to see how close we are on where this is at. Dennis is shaking his head. What are we?
I have to think like a Pinsider. It's just going to be different.
I know. So that's the thing. Which would be more fun? Do we think like the Pinsider and try to be accurate, or do we try to rank it where we think the game lies?
Well, it's not much of a game if we just say where we rank it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
How could you be wrong?
Yeah, hoops number 2, right? Like, yeah. So Insanity Falls, maybe we'll start with that. That's not a bad idea. So Riverboat Gambler, I think we'll start with that. So hey, please chat if you think this sounds like a fun game. Please stick around. We're gonna watch this video here. We really do appreciate our sponsors, and we're gonna get to this right after this. So here we go.
Your pinball machine deserves the best. At Comet Pinball, you'll find the best variety of LED products with the best quality LEDs, and most importantly, at the best price. Your collection is begging for an upgrade. Order yours now at cometpinball.com.
Scorbit is excited to announce Achievements, the latest in an amazing series of features available to thousands of connected pinball machines around the world. Achievements are part of Scorbit's free open platform. Scorbit already supports hundreds of pinball machines from the 1970s to today. Give your games new life by connecting them to the Scorbit platform and the universe of applications for pinball machines.
All right, and we're back. So once again, hey, this is the Pinball Network. We do our best to provide entertainment, if you want to call it that, almost on a nightly basis. So here's our schedule. Hub Challenge on Monday, Frisco Pinball on, or sorry, Sunday is Hub Challenge, Monday is Frisco Pinball. Pinballers with Mike, Lisa, and Carter. Mike is on tonight. Check them out on Tuesday. Tasty Tuesdays, fantastic segment. Here we are with Flipping Out on Wednesday. Thank you, Zach, obviously, for letting me stream for you guys. Thursday, so tomorrow night will be Chuck Wirt, followed by George Don't Panic Flip, and then Saturday would be the Jedi McMuffin, so feel free to check them out. And here are our amazing 8 sponsors. Once again, Comet Pinball for all your LED needs, Measle Mods for some awesome mods in your modern games, Scorebet, connect any game to the internet, Stern Pinball, they make great games. The reveal right now is iffy, but no, overall, they make great games, and we really enjoy them. Pin Monk, he's here in chat. Just give him a hard time, because that's what he does for me. Zach is in chat. He gives me a hard time. Feel free to give that as well. Pinball Photos, awesome merch to hang in your office or arcade room. And last but not least, Doug with speaker light kits. You can see him behind me. That is not the right button. There we go, right there. Doug speaker light kits, fantastic product. So here we go. So once again, here's our crew: Mike, Dennis, and Craig. Dennis, Dennis was once again repping the Eclectic Gamers Patreon, and I see that Matt D did join. So thank you, Matt, for that. What I will say is D.
Andrew D joined me.
Andrew,
but
sorry.
Matt, if you're out there for a mere dollar, you too could support Eclectic Gamers Podcast.
Joe, you're not going to cover the flipper. God, no. what I think's hilarious is Andrew D. I was sitting here during the break, and Andrew D. actually followed the Triple Drain Patreon as well.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah, which is very nice. And I mentioned that to Dennis, and he said that was not the deal. You were
I don't remember saying anything nearly that toxic.
Yeah, nearly that toxic. So hey, Andrew, thank you for the support from Triple Drain as well as Dennis. That's
so
awesome. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so let's dive into this game, and we're gonna dive in with one of Pinside's favorite games. I mean, if it's up to Insanity Falls, I'm thinking the game rate, I'll just give them, I don't know, a 4, right? That's probably where Insanity Falls actually wants this game, but let's be realistic. If you guys don't know, Riverboat Gambler is a pinball machine. It has how many buttons on the lockdown bar? Like 4?
4. I think it's got like red, green, white, and black.
Yeah, there it is. Yep, red, white, green, and black. I have never played one, but I do know that it is not well liked. I know. A sure bet winner. Well, you can see right there. This game has received 35 ratings. That's not many. That's not many. So
It's right there.
Yeah. So I'll go first on this one, and then we'll start rotating. So it's outside the top 100. It's got to be outside the top 100. There's 300 something games.
348.
348. So right there in the middle would be what, 170-ish? This is a below average game. This is a below average game. So I'm just gonna go with 200. That's my guess. Mike, where are you at?
Yeah, I was actually thinking somewhere in that realm as well. The only redeeming factor of the game is the fact that it's a System 11 and they are nostalgic to a lot of people. But I gotta say, I was gonna say 220.
220.
220.
Oh, I'm typing into chat and not into the Excel sheet. Got it. All right, 220. So, Senor Gozo. Yes, please chat. By the way, if you're cheating and you're looking at Pinside, great. If you want to participate, throw out a number. Feel free to throw out a number. And
Don't give us the real number.
Yeah,
no spoiler.
Don't spoil it for us. Do not spoil it for us. Right. But if you want to play the game, play the game. Craig, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to go even lower at 253.
250, very specific. Very specific.
If it's 253, I'm going to call shenanigans on that.
System 11.
You may have it memorized. Craig has lived and died by the Pinside.
System
top
11.
No,
Well, Go Poo Already. Go Poo Already, by the way, like the best name on Twitch. I love that name, Go Poo Already. 325 is... I'm sorry, Lane is here. Lane loves this game, Insanity Falls. 325 is 348 is total. But hey, okay, Matt Freeman, 340. All right.
I think you put my answer in Dennis's column there, Joel, just looking there.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to change this because I'm just going to go in order with the cameras. So there's no way I'll remember to do that.
But now my name's not the right color down below.
Oh, no.
Okay. It's all confusing now.
You know where this wouldn't happen? On the Eclectic Gamers podcast.
Yeah.
This would never have happened.
No, you definitely, on your last watching video, did not type in the wrong price on one of your watches.
I did that 2 weeks earlier.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the Shredder shirt code. Yeah, thanks for getting it, man. It's an awesome shirt, yeah. God, I'm going to sit here and change the color now. Just because. All right, where are we at? 343. Yes, it is a System 11. It is a System 11.
Yes.
Dennis, you're a bright one. What are your thoughts? I know
you're
probably giving more
ranking.
thought.
No, because thought doesn't really matter. I have to think like the Pinsider thinks, and it's a difficult thing. I think you're all in the right state of mind. I'm going to go ahead and say 264.
260. I just realized I did this. God.
Yeah, because you're putting our score up top. You put our guess per round in here.
Yep.
In the bottom one there,
I need to do that.
This feels a lot like a Stern reveal right now.
I know, I'm killing it, man. Dennis.
Baby's first Excel experience.
And great. I didn't make it. I'm bumming Mike right here. All right, Dennis, what did you say?
264.
264. All right, chat. So we are all in the 200s. How off are we? Here we go. So we're going to scroll down a little bit. Drum roll is 281. 281.
Wow.
281. So definitely less than we were being nice. We were being nice. So okay, so what I have to do now is I have to do math. So this is going to
81
be
for Joel.
81. Oh crap!
61.
This is what I want to do. So I wanted to record this. So our thoughts collectively, we think it's a 234 game. That's where we think it is. So this is 81. This is 61. God, you with a 3. Thanks a lot, Craig.
28.
That would be 30. It would be
28.
28.
28.
And you
17.
look at you go, Mike. Do you like do math every day?
I do reports and budgets and stuff for work. So
He
yes.
built you a really cool spreadsheet.
Yeah.
What sort of question was that?
Just because he built the spreadsheet doesn't mean he's quick. Like that was really quick. That was really quick.
Craig is a professional MIDI vocalist who records those elevator you wouldn't ask that, you know it based off of his
If only you had an app that could do calculations for you. Yeah, I know. I could probably do this right now, but geez.
That must be the lowest ranked System 11. I would say.
The Millionaire's got to be worse if it's got enough votes.
Yeah,
to even be
I forget about Millionaire.
But bear in mind, I mean, it and Bugs Bunny should be lower.
Bugs
Bunny is actually
second
one
from
of
the
the.
bottom.
It's probably like Bugs Bunny is the
Yeah.
worst. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like but just above Thunderbirds.
Hercules.
So
above
no
Hercules.
one in chat name Bugs Bunny and Thunderbirds because
Yeah.
we know
It's
where
right
they
at the
are.
end. All right, chat. We need another game here. GoldenEye. That's a great game.
All right.
Go now.
GoldenEye. So
Pull
we
it
got
up.
another bond here. We got another bond. I don't know. It's got to be out of the top 100. It's got to be out of the top 100. I'm not starting first. GoldenEye. Here we go. One game.
I've owned this game.
Oh, really?
Yep, that was actually one of the first games I owned, and I still think that this game has a better jump ramp than Toy Story.
Oh,
love-
I was looking for pictures, and there are no pictures.
say
Okay,
Toy
no
Story.
scrolling.
I was gonna say 120 too. Look at that.
It was.
And I was going to say
ruined it.
117.
117 was clearly what we were all thinking. I'm so sorry. 17. It was out of
All right.
top 100. All right. So what was
This
the
is
other one?
definitely like a Stern
Houdini.
reveal.
I was gonna say when I owned the game, which was like
Yeah, it's a
5-6
Stern
years
reveal.
ago, it was actually in the top 100. It was like 98th or something like that. But obviously, since then, there's been a whole bunch of games that have been released that have bumped it out.
All right, Houdini. This is a good
Houdini. Oh,
I don't know.
okay. That's a
Alright.
tough one because a lot of these
I'm
new
not
games, tend to, make the top 100.
You can in-screen
Houdini.
share until you. No, God. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. All right, Houdini. American Pinball. Oktoberfest has to be lower. This is a top 100 game. I'm not. What am I? You. Never mind. I'm not leading this. Mike, you. Let's hear your.
You think it's a
thoughts.
top 100 game?
I think most modern games are going to be top 100.
Yeah. There's not a lot of them out there, so I'm gonna go on the fact that there's probably not a lot of people who have played it.
Thunderbirds is
And
modern. Is modern. Yeah, you're right.
Joel, are we
It's
allowed to know how many people have rated? Is that something you can show us without?
If I
if you
scroll
scroll,
slowly,
if you scroll slowly,
if I scroll slowly,
I thought it was near the top, but
it's right above it. That's the thing. It's like there's
never. Don't do it then. Don't risk it.
I'm going
sorry.
slow.
No, no,
Everybody,
we can-
there
we
it
can-
is, right here.
right here.
Pinside rating. This
A
game has
little
been
more.
received 296.
209. Okay.
So that's a decent number.
Because I thought that might be helpful to
That
the
is
mics.
actually
Yeah.
helpful because I don't think with all those ratings that it's going to be in the top 100, but I think it might just be above. I'm gonna say 108.
108. It's not
108.
117. We know that.
No.
108. So Sterling there in chat and Senior are both thinking it's 80. 81. Craig.
Yeah, it's in that zone. I'd say 75.
75. It's so Houdini. People love it or hate it. So that's the problem. It's either
Yeah.
people hate it enough that they've really dogged it, or they're people like Zach and Craig that love it, and they're top 50 for me. See, they're gonna really pump it up. People are in the 80s, 70s. All right, Dennis.
84. Because I think you're right. I think Well, it's got a lot of ratings. I think a lot of its owners.
Are gonna talk it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Maybe I
I-
shot
not-
too high.
not necessarily nefariously, to try and dump it like a Halloween owner might do, but more like, they feel like they have to
Yeah.
justify I'm trying to think like a Pinsider, and you want to rate high to justify that you didn't blow up thousands of dollars on a stupid buy. So you make it higher than maybe it is.
So that's where I'm like, should I go 70 or should I go 90? I'm almost thinking it might be better than we're giving it just because of how much the owners.
But Craig and I could be wrong, and this is it's like.
All right, I'm gonna go 90 then.
top 50.
There we go. I'm going 90. Here we are. Let's hope it's in the top 100. This one's tough. This was a good suggestion. Where are we? 94. I went 90.
Okay.
I went.
Good job,
go.
Joel. Wow.
There we go.
Okay.
I was close there. I was.
Yeah.
All right. This should be better math. This should be better math for me. 4 off.
4, good.
All right. And what is that?
14.
I'm just gonna wait for
19 and 10.
Mike to tell me every one.
Did we get what our average was?
I didn't,
though?
but luckily I can do that. Okay,
89.
So we
Okay,
think
look at
it's-
that. Almost
We're
bang
right on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6.
Okay.
I need you to
There
do
you
it
go.
again.
Oh, 14.
I was too generous by a lot.
14, 19, and 10.
So we weren't too far off. We weren't
No,
too
that's
far
pretty
off.
good. Yeah, I mean, the highest being 19 is pretty good.
Yeah. So who would what? We had some people here. Somebody Ed right there. Ed 150 said 88. He was closer than I was. Never mind. I was 90. Was anybody in the 90s? No. Well, there you go. Okay. Scared Stiff. Why not? Scared Stiff.
Oh, that's easily top 100, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
probably-
classic Bally Williams stuff almost always will be.
Yeah.
All right. Craig, you're going first, man.
Top 50. I'm going to say 45.
Oh, just boom. You're right into it. We know this has, I mean, the value is going to help us, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just going right in with 45. Okay. All right. What do we got? 55 there. We got 66. Flood and Hard has it at 18. Top 20 game. Elvira's higher than this.
No
I
way.
mean, there's got to be 69. That's probably the best answer.
I think all 3 Elviras are in the top 100.
Yeah. What are you thinking,
Mhm.
Dennis?
25.
25. You think, okay,
geez.
you are thinking high. This is this, would you guys think, is this better than, there's 3 of them, right? So there's House of Horror, Scared Stiff, and then there's the Party Monsters.
Party Monsters.
This is better than Party Monsters, right? Or no?
Yeah,
think so.
I would think it would be rated higher than the System 11 version just because the rules are better. But it's also the DMD version. It's better known.
Mhm.
I think it's better known.
I'm thinking 30s. Let's go 35. Well, that's a
Mm.
20. 35. All right, Mike.
I was gonna go with Gopu already. I had 30. I had 37 on my list. You're going 35 too, huh? Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna say 37. I'm gonna go with my gut and say 37. That's where I was originally gonna go.
All right, so our average 35.5. We're going to round up to 36 because who does decimals? And okay, how far where are we at? A lot of 30s, 40s, 50. Okay, let's see. 32.
32.
Come on.
Wow.
We are-
Again.
Let's go. Here we go. Okay. All right. I was way off on the first one. 32. All right.
Well,
So
Dennis, you were good there.
3, 5, 13, and
I
7.
am not doing well here.
There we go. Okay. Nice. We were close though.
You're doing better than
we
me.
were doing way
Oh,
better.
it's the lowest.
You want the
score
low
wins, right?
score, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Dennis is.
You're in second
yeah.
right now, then,
Yeah.
Craig.
All right.
Lowest
this
score
is
wins.
not
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Dennis is killing it with 34. Jeez, Dennis. Okay. Let's look here. Lebowski. Lebowski's probably a good one.
Demo Man would be a good one because that could be anywhere.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do Lebowski and then we'll do Demo Man. This is fun. I like this. This is fun. Lebowski. Dennis, you're up.
Okay. Not a lot of them out there. Pretty loyal purchase group. I think it's definitely top 100. In fact, I think it's top 50. I'm going to say 48.
Okay, 35 is we're right
It's just
there.
the owners seem to love it.
Owners do. There's not a ton of hate. I mean, look at the game value. There's not a ton of hate for this game.
No.
Other than, I mean, people hate the people who made it. There's drama.
Oh, that's
with
it. You
that.
might get some of these sour
Let's see.
people who haven't gotten theirs yet
True.
over the original.
True, but I'm gonna stand. I'll stand by it. I'll
Taking it.
stand by
How
it.
many ratings do we got? Scroll slowly. 253. So a decent amount of
Wow.
ratings.
More than I thought. Okay.
I think it's a lot of love, though. I think there's a
I
lot
think
of
so
love.
too.
So where were you at, Dennis?
I said 48.
48.
Yeah.
I think this may be high. I think we might be
Like
less
8?
than less than 30.
Oh.
Jeez, I'm just gonna go with 30. Mike, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking top 20, but I don't know that it's going to crack the top 20. So I'm going to say 21.
21. Okay. That's what
I
look at
think
chat
it's-
here. 25.
Yeah, I think it's
25.
up there. And I'll tell you why, because I think the theme integration, people love
Yeah.
this thing.
And the movie
gonna
is
call it-
iconic.
I'm gonna say 18, believe it or not. I think it's in the top 20.
18. So either
don't-
Dennis is way
Yeah.
brighter than all of us. And went
It's
conservative.
Pinside. I don't.
This is
attribute
either gonna
anything.
bury us or it's gonna help us here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
I
What we
need
got
these
here.
points.
13.
Wow.
13?
Oh my god. Oh my
Holy
god.
cow! 13.
Dennis's lead has just evaporated.
I made a
13?
terrible error.
No
Terrible error.
way.
Oh.
How is
God,
that
why
game
didn't
so
I memorize
high?
this list?
that is so high. Like so high.
Oh.
It's shockingly high.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought I
It's
was
almost top 10.
That's insane. You're telling me
Yeah,
that Big
which is
Lebowski's
absolutely
almost top 10? That's crazy. All right.
Crazy.
17. 8.
Yeah.
5.
It is
And
interesting that you don't hear that much about
35.
problems.
Just put
with
an
that game either
infinity
right now.
symbol there.
No, Dennis, you're right. You're in second. You're killing it.
Wow.
That's crazy. Wow.
That was
is
surprising.
I'm sorry, it's not a 13. I mean Zach has one, but Zach sold his Lebowski. Is
Zach
this,
owns Popeye. Don't use him as an example.
let's go ahead and throw that on the list. Great example, Popeye.
Oh boy.
Okay. Demo Man.
Oh boy.
Sold it, shouldn't be at 13. All right. Does anybody in chat disagree? Does anybody in chat feel that that's a top 15 game of all time?
I enjoyed playing it. When I played it, it had that Bolly Williams feel to it when you're playing it. It definitely has a Bolly Williams sort of feel and even rule set. The screen was pretty cool. That bowling mech when working is really nice too. But I think it's definitely a top 100. I don't think it's top 20. Maybe top 50.
Top 5 integration of all time. Top 10 theme of all time. Trumpanchi. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here. Lebowski's top 20 in my book.
See, I still haven't played it. It's every show I've been to with it. It's either been broken or the line is just too long for me. So
But 13?
But of course, I've been biased by my own thoughts on its selection.
Maybe this year, Dennis at Expo.
I'm not going to Expo.
Oh, damn it.
But if people give to the EGP Patreon, I'll think
Yes.
about Expo.
Going.
All right, here we go. 399 ratings. So we got a lot of
399.
ratings. Demo Man's been out a long time.
This is a pretty
I know-
beloved game, I think.
Yeah.
Dennis likes it. Dennis likes it for
It's
sure.
my favorite of the Super Pins.
All right, just call me Jub Jub. By the way, fantastic name. So it's gorgeous. Theme integration's good. It's a good game.
I
but
wouldn't
they're
say
finicky.
gorgeous, but
All right. It's my choice for the
You've got
number.
Gorgeous is
naked
going a bit
Stallone
far.
on the side of the
Oh,
cabinet.
Jub Jub's talking about he's talking about Lebowski. So
Oh, okay.
Demo Man, who is it back to me? It's back to me.
Yes,
Crap.
I guess so.
This is a well-liked game. It's been out a long time. I would guess it's a top 100 game. A lot of this era it's got to be more than 50, but I think less than 100. I'm gonna go. It's a wide. I'm gonna go 70. That's probably a little low. 70. I'm going 70. Mike, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm going by okay, so GoldenEye was 117, and I really do think that Demo Man is probably more well rated than that, but not a lot. I think it's it's either just over 100 or just under. I'm gonna say 90.
90. Okay. What do we at chat here? We're in the 60s, low 70s. What are you thinking, Craig?
55.
55. 50. This is a lot more loved.
We got a 35.
I don't-
35
This is-
ranks.
we got a
I don't
range
agree with
going
it,
here.
but
All right, Dennis.
105.
Whoa.
Ooh.
105.
this is either gonna
That's a
take
50
or-
point swing
50
here.
point swing. 50 point swing. All right, chat. Chat's with right around where me and Mike are, with the 70 to high 60s. Okay. We may be way off here. Okay, here we go. 106. No! 106? 106. Dennis is off by 1 point. What?
There are a lot of people who don't like it.
Jeez.
I mean, that's still a great score. It's still a great score.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what I was saying. I was saying it's going to be either
Yeah.
just under
No,
100 or just over.
No,
It's like
I
right in
couldn't.
there.
Yeah, and your argument I thought was good. I thought it's got to be rated above GoldenEye, but it's just when people talk super pins, other than a few, this is not one that they love. They don't like the art. They don't. It doesn't feel like a super pin because it's laid out to flow.
Or that you can never hit the claw because the ramp is always like the flippers are always weak, like all the ones I've ever played.
And here I was. I felt real good because I had 2 in a row that I was like,
Damn it.
10 off. But this 81 at the beginning, yeah. So here we are. Dennis's worst one is 35 points. You say, Dennis, you got to think like a Pinsider, but you're locked in.
Well,
man.
I didn't on Lebowski, so I tried to on Demo Man. Ugh.
All right, where are we going next? Dolly Parton. Popeye,
boy.
but I want to throw
Okay.
Dolly Parton on here because that's
Oh boy.
the really good ones. Like somebody suggested Deadpool, like that's a top 10 game. We all know.
Yeah, like some of the
Yeah, we're gonna
Stranger
be
Things,
off by,
we
like,
know
one
where
or
that
two.
is. Yeah.
So I think I agree. They're all good suggestions, and maybe if the points were closer, but some of these are okay. So Popeye, should we add a Zach column so he can put it at number 2? I think Zach's favorite games. He said them before. I think it was Jurassic Park, Premium, and I think he said is Stranger Things. Stranger Things, I think, are Zach's like go-to. So Popeye would be 3, right? Okay. All right. So Popeye. I went last. Mike, be honest.
Can we bring up the number of ratings?
Sure,
I want to see
okay.
the number of ratings.
Yeah,
here.
I'm really at a loss
This
as
is
to
gonna
what
be a
to
tough one.
think. I
Blow
mean,
me
because
up.
it's a Bally Williams DMD. I'm already giving it more credit than it probably
mhm.
deserves.
And that's my thinking too, because I'm like, oh, but
yeah.
All right, rating. I gotta
Very
go. I gotta go
awesome.
slow. There may not be good pictures
Can-
here because nobody.
Python Angela.
yeah, it's a fascinating story. It's unfortunate that didn't translate into an interesting game.
Okay, right there.
only
158.
Yeah.
Oh,
58.
fewer than I thought.
So not a ton.
I'm gonna say this is a top 200 game. I think
Top.
some
two.
some people in chat are saying, and I'm only gonna give it a top 200 game because of the Bally Williams factor, not because of the game itself. But it's high. I'm gonna go 197.
Brooklyn Pin. Yes, Stern Toppers work in any country. It plugs straight into the CPU board. There would be no reason it wouldn't work on a different country, right? But anyways, so you said 197?
197. Yeah.
All right, what do we got? 133 CNK? No.
We got 250. We're all over the place with this
133
one.
though. Well, I'm gonna look real dumb when CNK's right on that. Because I'm. All right, Craig. What are your thoughts?
I agree with Mike. 180. What did he say? 197. 185.
All right, Dennis. Let me copy your number.
I don't know if I've ever looked up Pompeii on Pinside ever to read the reviews. I've done that on some games. Like I know I have on Demo Man because I've thought about buying one.
Yeah.
Oh God, no Pinside. I mean, God, I got so burned on Lebowski. I'm like a little gun shy, but
You
no,
were
come on.
one off on Demo
no,
Man.
But that was
You can afford the points.
But I had researched Demo Man in the past, so I felt like I kind of remembered that it was around 100-ish. But Popeye, but even Pinside can't be that right. I know it's Bally Williams, but they know, right? They know it's not good. They know they can't see the ball 40% of the time. 250.
250. Okay.
I was thinking that originally too.
Okay, so once again, there's 350 or 348 games, so it's 170s right in the middle. I think it's over 200. I think it's over 2. I'm with you. This game, I only know one person that likes this game, and it's Zach. I don't know anybody else that loves this game.
Who even talks about it?
This could blow it up right here. This.
I think it's over
depending on where this
200.
rating-
But that's the problem is some of these real bad games blow me down, Joel. Dude, I mean, Zach, come on, you know. Okay, but I don't know, man. There are people that love this game, though. I mean, Zach maybe rated this really high. I don't like this.
There are 200 and some people that rated it. He's diluted. I'm
gonna go
diluted as well, but
220.
it's diluted.
220. 220 is what I went.
All right, don't fail
so
me.
we're
All right.
all 200 or above. We're all 200 or above. So if this is like 140, we're screwed. Where are we at? 284. 284.
Wow.
God, I was way too
We were all
merciful.
too generous.
Holy
Yeah.
No.
284.
Dennis was the best out of all of us. Jeez.
Ouch.
I'm 100 off almost.
284. Wow.
64 for you.
64.
All right, this blows me away.
Oh geez.
87.
80. Yeah.
And that's 100.
Yeah. That's 99.
99.
Yeah, that's 99.
And 34.
That's 34. Wow.
All right. So the title, I'm
Oh,
coming
wow.
down. Dennis is still crushing it, man. He's still crushing it. All right. Chat, is this fun? I'm having fun. I've never cared about the rate. Like when I first got into the hobby, it was like
It's
in my mind,
it's so subjective.
when you
I
had
mean,
one game, it's like, do I really want to be trading game number 18 for game number 21? Am I losing it? Like that kind of thing.
I really didn't think though that a Bally. I thought Mike's right. A Bally DMD in the 280s though. I'd never would have guessed it to be that bad. But
yeah, it's
There she blows.
all right, 9 and 10. All right. Hopefully chat's enjoying this because I'm enjoying this.
chat seems unhappy. They should probably go to Patreon.
Go to Patreon. Yeah. Support
Mull around in there.
Collected Gamers Podcast. Yeah. If you only have $7 a month, okay, go to Patreon, go to EGP, $1 a month. With the other 6, triple drain. Just saying. That leaves you
You
zero
have a
money.
$6 tier?
We have a 3, 6, 9. That's just what we did.
Oh, okay.
You can
I
do
get
3.
it.
You can do 3,
Clever.
and that leaves zero money for Silverball Chronicles. Sounds great. Okay. So,
Poor David.
all right, Dolly Parton. Ratings are stupid. I agree. Go Pooh already. I mean, we're just doing this. Why not? Right.
Yeah, this is just for fun.
It still blows. Like the fact that where was it? Lebowski was 13.
13.
I mean, that's absurd. That's absurd. Okay. So needs a Data East game. Get what we're going to do. Where are we at? We're doing Dolly
Well, we did
Parton.
GoldenEye.
Yeah. Well, I
That
swear.
was
Well,
Data East.
We blew it up.
That's
Yeah.
I
Sega.
guess
isn't
it's
it?
Sega.
What's
It's
another-
just Data East you put.
What's another Data
Which
East
is really
Star
just
Wars?
Stern in the end anyway.
We'll do that. We'll do Data East Star Wars.
Oh, hi Dolly. Yeah, that's. I don't think hi Dolly's.
All
I
right,
didn't have
Dolly
enough votes.
Parton. Here we go. This is Zach. Do you still got the bounty out? Yeah. Why listen to Pinsiders when you can watch straight? Yes. Do you still have the pinball bounty for this one? All right, where are we at? It's a low value game. It's an older game. We know. So a lot of these older games, they're low. Yep.
Okay,
I still need-
79. I didn't know the year. I knew it was solid state.
All right,
but
well,
I
I'm
just saw it.
scrolling
said-
slow. Okay, only 50.
Only 50. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a small sample here.
Only 50. Where are we at? Craig, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Craig goes first.
I have no clue where this is gonna sit.
It could be anywhere.
I know.
Chat, we need a baseline. Can somebody throw a number out? So we need a baseline, please.
Yeah.
Competitive players hate on Dolly, so competitive players don't like it.
No, it's a
older
good
game.
tournament game. I think it's a good tournament game.
Sterling's
I
going
like
with
it.
300. He's going 300.
No, I think it's better than that.
Insanity,
I think it's better than
250.
Popeye. I think it's gonna be 275. Have I said that yet? Well, who
I
knows?
don't remember. Yeah, I don't. We should
Well,
have
you said
had.
one. You said 185
Yeah,
or whatever.
Okay,
we
last
could
time,
have done
yeah.
this in a different way. I'm not dogging on your. Mike made this, and I really appreciate you, Mike, for making it. So,
Well,
yeah.
you were supposed to put the guess in the bottom box here down below.
You were supposed to do it here.
Yeah, like
That's
put your
why he
guesses
wrote.
here,
That's
and then
why he
your
wrote
total,
guess.
Oh, and then add it up here originally.
and then you add it up top. Yeah, but it's okay.
Oh,
it's
so
all
this
good.
is. Yeah. Whoops. Pink.
You can just delete it.
Yeah,
It's all good.
All right. So, 275. All right, Dennis, what are your thoughts?
318.
318. You're
I
saying
think it's
that's
got.
like-
I think it's in the
Yeah.
300s.
You
This
think
is
there's-
not. This is not a liked game by Pinside. It's way too old for it to have any nostalgia sympathy. 318.
But there's
Well,
only
yet another
300
early solid state.
Mhm.
There's
It's pretty boring.
348 games total, right?
Well, then you guys can catch up.
So, so there's only 30 games that are worse than Dolly Parton. And
You got to remember that it's not every game in the list. Only games that have enough votes even show up.
Yeah.
So there are actually more games exist
Oh.
that are solid state that are not like there are Gottlieb Street levels that don't have enough ratings.
They
to
have to
even
have
be in
a
the
certain
list.
number of reviews in order
Yeah.
to be on the list.
That's why I initially was asking you if you could load up the number of reviews, because if there's not enough,
Yeah.
then the game
I think
won't
it's
be
only
rated at
10.
all.
I think it only needs 10 reviews.
It's not too
to be
many. It's
rated or
not too
something,
many.
yeah.
But anyway, this one
So-
is we know it's rated, so I think it's in the 300s. Yes, I think it's just I'm probably wrong.
No,
I'm probably
no.
wrong.
So tournament wise, is this a good?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad game. So your objective is you're spelling Dolly Parton to get your bonus. That's your bonus. For every letter, you get a certain amount of points in your bonus. The inline drop targets will give you bonus X, and the first drop target will light your spinner for 1,000 a rip. You can get the inlane drops down, and then you can hit the target in the back, and that's sort of your tournament strategy. So it's not bad. It's
not bad,
a
okay.
brutal game though. It will like hitting those those drop targets is a dangerous shot, but
I'm gonna be lame. I'm gonna just go straight 300. Straight. I'm splitting the difference between Craig and Dennis.
Okay.
I think you guys are underrating the game. And
This is your
think
chance to crush us.
This is-
Crush
No,
us.
no.
Watch this come out at 125.
I'm gonna say it's like closer to 250. I'm gonna say 245.
Ooh.
Okay. This better not be in the hundreds, or we're in trouble. All right. Well, at least we're all in the same.
Well, I mean, that'd be great for
Yeah.
Mike if it's in the hundreds. I can't believe
285.
it. No,
Okay.
it's got to be 300 or worse.
So we're hoping to see a 3. We're hoping to see a 3,
Except Mike.
except for Mike. All right, here we go. 312.
Wow!
312.
Oh,
So Dennis
Ah.
was Dennis once again was the closest, and we're saying so.
Come off it.
I'm taking a
312.
huge hit here. I think I'm gonna be in last after this.
So I'm 12. He's 6, and 25. 25 plus 12, 7, 37.
And I'm 67.
All right.
Ouch.
37. Thank you, Brooklyn.
Ouch.
I don't know. Chat. So go pool already. He had it at 240. Yeah, we're
I thought that there was more love for the game, but I guess
Apparently
I
not.
was wrong. Yeah.
all right. What was it? We needed a Data East. What was it? Data East Star Wars. That's an interesting one.
Hmm.
This will be a challenge. So Star Wars. 10 Star Wars games.
That's Star One. Never even heard of it.
There we go. All right. Star Wars. I got to scroll slowly. $4,000 game, so there is some love for it.
10,000 produced. Wow.
Oh
That's a
yeah, it
lot
was a
out there.
huge hit.
It's going to be a lot of
here we
reviews.
go.
There has
Here.
to be.
Oh,
280. Okay.
what was that?
280.
Okay.
I wouldn't go lower.
Yeah, I know. I was like, whew, whew. I'm getting nervous over here. All right. Data East Star Wars. Dennis, you are up first.
Oh, okay. God, yeah. A lot of people have played it. The code is terrible on it until you do the Chat H update.
What's that do?
It's he redid the rules, so there's not like the gimme stuff on Ball 3 and all that. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. I still don't think it's like I think their Daddy's Jurassic Park's a stronger game with everything, even especially with Chat H code, but that's neither here nor there. So based off of what you've shown and what I know about the game, shoot, I think this is in the 200 300 range. So I'm kind of getting like a Popeye-ish vibe from it. So
Okay,
I'm going to
good.
go ahead and say like 265.
So Sterling's at 150. Lane and San Diego Falls is saying 41. No.
No way.
Brooklyn Penn 36. No, that maybe you're talking Stern Star. We're talking Data East
I
Star
don't-
Wars.
I don't know if there's a single Daddy East that would be in the top 100. That would be an interesting question.
So Data East, Jurassic Park, and Lethal Weapon, right? Is Data East? So
Yep.
those are the
Tales
two.
from the Crypt, Last Action Hero,
Well, which one?
Rocky
I mean,
Bullwinkle.
the Jurassic Park has to be the high. Okay, so they're all
I think
thinking
Jurassic
150s.
Park might be the top one.
Mid
Yeah,
150s. So okay.
I don't know. I may be doing this one too low, but I don't. Again, it's Pinside. I'm trying to. What would a Pinside? No, I've set my number. I'm not changing it. Not changing it.
Okay, it's got to be. I think it's better than Popeye, and I agree. I think it's better than Popeye because there are a lot of people that just probably want to own it because it's Star Wars. It's not as good as Demo Man. No way. I'm just gonna be lame again. 200. Mike.
I played this last week, and the code is. You're right. The original code is terrible. It's literally just shoot the ramp over and over again. I think
Shoot
I
the Death
finished-
Star. Shoot the Death Star. Shoot the Death Star.
You get like 3 million for hitting 3 ramps, then 7 for 7. I had it up to 73 million points for hitting 73 ramps.
That's one of the Chat H changes is you can't ramp out.
I'm
Yeah,
changing real quick.
That's
225.
literally
225.
What the hell?
No, the more I thought about it, I was like, I'm being too nice to
What
this.
the
200 is
hell?
too nice. It wasn't
Depends on
anything
what
Mike
I was
said.
just saying.
It wasn't anything Mike said. I'm being too nice. 200 is too
Okay,
nice.
that being said,
Yeah.
I think on theme alone that this is a higher rank game than you guys are giving it credit for.
Okay.
I think it's top 200.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna say 160.
Oh boy, 100
I might even be
spread.
be overshooting it. I don't
100
know.
point spread. Chat has been very quiet on this. Nobody's guessing on this. I see Jew Rules is at 156.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody guessing? Go ahead, Mike. Or sorry, Craig.
I'm gonna go higher as well. This is my Hail Mary pass, in hopes that I'm right, and I am gonna go 150.
150.
Ooh.
Oh, higher
So-
is higher. I see. Okay.
So
Sorry,
Dennis and
yeah, higher
I,
up the scale.
Dennis and I are thinking this
Better
where the
rated.
game is.
we're
Like,
thinking turd,
we're
and they're
thinking
thinking
turd,
tuh.
and Mike and Craig are
We're
really
in the
hoping
middle of the pack, right? Like
Yeah.
175 would be like your mid range. So I wanted to stay around there,
So
but
we're,
I think on theme it kind of goes.
yeah, we're really hoping people are all in on theme. Like the people that are
Yeah.
rating this are just all in on theme.
They just
That's what
love
I'm hoping. You guys are not. You guys are hoping that it's not because.
Okay, Dennis, we need to see a 2. We need to see 200. We need to see a 200. Pinmonk's guessing 132. He went even lower in number. 200, please. 200 and 158.
Yes.
158.
Oops.
No. No.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
That is not.
I once again let my
158.
own biases creep in and corrupt.
I should have. I
Corrupt.
should have stuck with 200. I should have stuck with 200.
Jeez.
687. Jeez. So Mike 18 on that one.
Two.
Craig was even better at
Two.
8.
I was at a 2.
What?
I was only 2. It was 158. I guess 160.
Oh, geez. Why can I not do math?
Don't cheat me out of my
2,
points,
8,
man.
yeah, you need that. And if that was 160, it would be 100.
Oh,
we're
look
tied,
at
Mike.
that.
This is
Tie.
60.
We're coming down the stretch.
No. Come on, do math.
108, 107.
107. Jeez. Wow.
And he's
wow,
still
wow,
in the
wow,
lead
wow.
with that. He's
Yeah, I mean,
still
how do
in
you
the
beat
lead
these
with
secret-
that.
What a
I'm sorry,
blunder.
guys.
I thought with everything Joel had shown and my analysis and my knowledge of Chad H.
Guys,
It
I
all was for naught.
I'm typically pretty good at math, but I'm sorry, doing math under pressure in front of whatever
Oh,
70
it's hard
people.
to think like a Pinsider
freaking
for
sucks.
me. Jeez.
All right,
I'm
I
so
got,
hot and cold on this.
Okay. F-14 Tomcat. That's a good one. Because it's liked. It's
yeah,
liked, but it's these are the one like Scared Stiff really hurt me. That was
Is this a top 100 game?
yes. This is a good
A lot
game.
of people love this game.
This is a good game. I hope people agree that this is a good game. Another System 11, come on. What Zach, what are we Star Tanks? Is that a game? Are you talking
Galactic Tank
Galactic
Force
Tank Force. I'm ready.
in the future
349.
Tomcat is good. I've
on
never...
the barren planet of Zarna.
All right, let's
There are
see.
tanks
I'm gonna. Is this safer? This is safer. Here we go.
with thrusters
Steve
and
Ritchie,
treads.
2000. Galactic Tank Force, dude. I'm all in, man. I can't wait.
Give me a lunchbox worthy of Mordor.
All right. 313.
313.
Lots.
Okay.
Lots of
Well,
ratings.
yeah.
All right. So who's up? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it me? I'm up. I think this.
Yeah.
I think this is close to Demo Man. Would be my guess. Closest to Demo Man in this. I think it's higher than. I think this is a top 100 game. I think it should be. This game's good. I've actually owned this game. Wait, shouldn't Joel be 67, not 87 for Star Wars? Did I?
What was your
I did
guess last time?
225. 25.
And it was 58, so 42 plus 25.
I was
42
225.
plus 25 is 67. Yeah, he's right.
Thank you. All right. I like whoever did that. Thank you. Yeah. 67. I need those 20
Give him his
points.
20 points back.
I needed
it's
that,
a close
yeah.
one.
All right.
It's a 3-horse race for second at least.
Okay. I think this is a top. I'm going to go 90. I think it's top 100 game. It should be. That's a great game. It's a fun game. Beats you up, but I enjoy that game. Mike, what are your thoughts?
I don't think it's a top 100 game.
No,
I do think it's underrated. I think it deserves to be higher. It's probably lower. There's no ramps, the stuff that people like to shoot at, all that sort of stuff. It's brutal. It's fast. Oh boy, I don't.
Lane's saying F-14's got to be in the 200s. That's what
I'm gonna
he's
say
saying.
172.
172. We are doing.
172.
We're doing the spread again. We are.
Oh, I'm really screwed
I
up
like
now.
this game, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Dennis
I
is
could
gonna
be.
tell me
I
I'm
could be
wrong.
equally wrong.
This is tough.
What? Sometimes I'm really wrong. I have the most wrongness of any of you.
107?
ever on any of these.
So
yeah.
107's the worst with the DE Star Wars.
Sure,
I did that
obviously.
math right? I wasn't off on that.
Look, I knew it was over 100, so I don't care what you type.
I'm already regretting my choice, but I'm gonna stick with it.
I think too, Mike, it's outside the top 100. I'm gonna go 125. And I have nothing other than I just like that
Just the
number.
feels.
I actually, Mike, I think you're on the right track with this. I think you're right. I think you were actually too generous. I'm going to say 185.
Okay.
Okay.
143. So I don't be in the hundreds, please. 143. I need this.
It's
I need
not
this.
top 100.
Joel, you haven't
System
eaten enough
11
grapes.
trash. Are you kidding me?
Please, I need this in the top 100. I need this in the top 100. This is a fun game. Top 100, please. Oh, God. 166. I was
There you
so
go.
off. 166. That was
And I was
way
wrong.
off.
Mike was very, very close. I was too cruel.
All right, 76. God.
But you were definitely in
4,
the
5,
realm for
6.
sure.
Well, I agreed with all of your logic. I'm just trying to suss out based off of everything we've seen. Like I'm
41.
Yeah.
I was like, I was
19.
like, it's worse. It's gonna rate worse than Star Wars. I just thought it would be even worser. If that makes sense.
This goes now to 12. I was wondering why it didn't. Oh no. Come on, work with me here. H12. There it is. And can I do that? Bing, good. God, I am way off. Okay, what are we ending with? We need a good one here.
I have a shot here. We need something that's obscure.
Do we do
something
double
that's-
points?
Somebody
something
said
like that, or-
Primus. I have no thoughts on
I
Primus.
don't know that Primus is even rated, to be honest.
Oh, you're a good point. World Cup Soccer that's a good game. I don't
Sorry,
know.
I had to thank someone in chat.
Is there a good game here? What am I saying? Does anything stand out? Harley Davidson would be a good
Harley Davidson.
Which one? The Bally Williams or the Stern?
Okay,
Harley
let's make
Davidson.
Zach happy.
Okay, we'll do Radical.
Radical. Everybody's so excited about Radical. Radical's actually a good game.
Do we really have to do another System 11?
No, Radical's okay. Let's just do it real quick. We're not actually doing this. Radical. I think it's
We can do that as a bonus.
Bonus one. Stargate Hook. Hook would be a decent one.
Mhm.
Any of
Another
these
Daddy
excited?
East?
What do you want to do, Dennis? What sounds good to you?
I don't care. Pick something from chat.
Yeah, but what's
I'm just going to make fun of anything that's
you're just gonna
overly
make fun
redundant.
Stargazer.
Stargazer?
Okay, you haven't had a single
but-
Gottlieb.
Stargazer?
Okay,
Or-
then get a Gottlieb in here. Let's get someone to name some Gottliebs. There's Stargate.
Just do Stargate then?
That one would be rated, I'm sure. So
Stargate. Street
I think that
Fighter.
is regarded as
Street
oh
Fighter's-
my god, Street Fighter. I don't
Street-
know.
Street
easy
Fi-
mashed potatoes.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Easy mashed potatoes.
Street Fighter or Stargate? Which do you guys want to do?
Oh God, they're both. I don't know. Street
You're,
Fighter.
you're
Shack
probably looking
Attack.
at the best and the worst
Is-
system.
yeah,
is Shack Attack-
Gottlieb.
Shack Attack, Rescue 911.
Rescue 911 could be in honor of Bond on
Okay,
a wand.
we'll do that.
There
That's
you
not how you
go.
spell rescue. Rescue 911. We're doing that. Rescue 911. Before we dive into that, though, realistically, what was it? Radical. I think Radical's going to be. I think
think
Radical's in the top 100.
I think it's top 100 too. I think it's probably like in the 40s.
You think
my
it's
guess
that
would be.
low?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's in the 40s.
I think it's in the 70s.
I think Radical's more like in the 110s. So I'll say like
Yeah,
115.
high 100s.
So we're thinking I was 70. You were what, 40?
40s ish. Yeah.
And they're in the 100s.
And I
125.
yeah, I said 115.
It is
148.
148. We're way
Wow.
off.
Lucky we didn't
So,
play that
yeah,
one because
God.
It's junk. No one likes it. I mean, come on.
Okay, so here we go. Final one. We're doing Rescue 911. Nope, Radical's low. No, it's not. Zach, it was 148.
Yep. That's actually a good score.
Okay. All right. I gotta scroll slow because there may
These
not be
Gottliebs,
pictures.
man. There's some
Values
rabid fans of these
Values
Gottliebs.
low though. Marketing slogan, no. Give me a 70. So not many.
Okay.
Not many ratings.
Hmm.
Single level on that
Yeah,
guy?
and I've only played this like once.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Not
it
that
a
that
single
matters.
level?
Is it
Inside.
Craig?
Single level?
No. It's got ramps and it's got a magnet helicopter toy. It's a
Oh,
D&D
geez.
game.
Yeah, it'll pick up the ball and then bring it. Yeah.
I
It's got
remember
an
there
upper-
was
It's got an upper left, upper right flipper
Yeah.
as well.
It's not what you'd call a flow game, but
when this game when I first got into this, I remember there was one nearby and I remember looking it up and I was like, oh, apparently that game sucks. Like the price was low. So who's up? I think Craig. I think you're up. People are saying 300, 320. People are
Yeah, it's gonna be down. I'm gonna say it's in the twos. Where was?
And even at a low price,
275.
it's still overpriced. That's
275.
Okay, all right.
275.
Gladiators is the best System 3.
I think Craig's on the right track, but I think it's a little worse. I'm going to say 300 even.
Worse than Popeye.
I think this is crazy.
I
to
think
me.
on Pinside, yeah, I think it would be worse than.
But
Okay.
like Dolly Parton, people love her, but that was a 312. So this game it's unlicensed.
Dolly Parton had other things working against her. Those late 70s solid state games, I think broadly on Pinside are not liked very well. Even the popular ones like Joker Poker don't really score that great. I think. I mean, it's been a while since I've looked up a game that old, but
So Popeye's at 284. Is Popeye better than Rescue 911?
I don't have enough time on Rescue
think it would have to be.
say that.
Riverboat, is it better than Riverboat Gambler? 290. That's what I'm going with. Mike, don't mess this up, man. You have a chance here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
say 100. Say 100 and win.
You have a chance.
I could play my bet safe and bet like 274 just to ensure that I beat Craig at least.
Oh yeah, or just because.
Or I could just go for broke and try and take it. I'm gonna say 320.
320. He's going
I like
big.
this pick. This might be smarter. I worry I wasn't low enough.
296. Okay. All right. Retro Singo. He's coming in. So the topic is
Bad games.
Yes. We threw it bad games. Yes. We threw out a game, and then we're guessing where we think it rated on the Pinside top 100. And so here's our guesses here. 290. Okay, here we go. So Rescue 911. Where'd we end up?
I want to see a 3. Give me a 3.
329.
Yes!
Oh,
329.
God, that was too nice. Oh, it was so
329.
nice.
So he's off by 9.
Good job, Mike. Good job.
Yeah.
Wow.
So nice. So that's 39. Where you 25 plus that would be 50. God, I don't want to do this in front of
54.
people.
God,
I don't
it is
want to do this
horrible.
in front of people. The 29. All right, final scores. Boom. Dennis still won. Dennis still won.
I couldn't.
Just couldn't
Yes,
get back there. Mike.
we sat here to see how close we could do it. That was fun. That was more fun than I thought it would. I was excited. So still, Dennis, that's impressive. Dennis, look at how close he was for the majority. I mean, besides the Date East Star Wars with 107.
Look,
You were
mistakes were made.
You were like 30 something points off on almost
averaged in the
That's
averaged in the
impressive.
20s aside from that 100. I
everyone.
guess.
Yes, that was very impressive. So fun game, Mike. Thanks for making the spreadsheet and thanks for suggesting that. So, hey, anybody that's watching here, we enjoy doing these games. We've obviously done these. We did our favorite designer, favorite coder, that kind of stuff. If anybody has a good game or something like this that they think would be fun to do, feel free to email me at either justanotherpinball@gmail.com or you can tripledrain@gmail.com or message any of us really. And we're always up for this, always up for cool games that hopefully chat enjoyed. So we're going to wrap it up.
How close are we though? How close are we with our averages?
Oh,
Do we get any that were pretty close?
So
No, like our average, between the four of us compared to the actual rank. Like, were we close on any of them?
Lebowski. Oh, you're saying.
Houdini, we had 89 to 94.
Oh, so it's you.
Oh,
need
I
me
see.
to do
I see
that
what you're
to
saying.
that.
How close was our average to the game rank? And
Yeah.
Houdini might be the best one. We were all. I mean, no one was 20 off on that, so that one was probably our strongest.
How did I not do that wrong?
I don't know though. Scared Stiff was what 32 versus 36. Higher ranked games were generally easier, other than my turd I dropped on Lebowski.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. That is that minus. God, I hate doing stuff in front of people. This is terrible. I3. There it is.
Could you run a
47.
regression on this real quick?
So
for
it's going to
us,
be
Joel?
positive or negative. Okay, so our best one was Scared Stiff.
4.
Okay.
Not bad.
4 was our best average. Yeah.
I'd
Wow,
say we
Joel,
were
you
pretty
lost
close
bad.
on
Yeah.
on a lot of them.
We were, and then what I wanted to do here was equal average. That's not going to help. Yeah, it will. Okay. Average and that. So I was on average, I was 40 points off. And so Dennis had the best one with 26 points off on average. I sucked. I was at 40. Yep. Can we get a pivot table? No idea how to do that. no idea how to do that. But yes, if we remove Data East, if we remove this from the equation, you're going to see, boom, his average goes down to 17.
But that's not fair to remove.
I know. I'm not going to, but that's how good he was.
I took a gamble.
Yeah.
You're flashing up all the info. I'm trying to analyze everything we've seen before. I'm dropping comparisons here to the other things. I should have just looked them up.
Yeah, Shooter, imagine joining the stream right now like I just did. Shooter, feel free to watch the YouTube video afterwards. We played a fun game.
No, it would be interesting to be like, oh, the Pinball Network's streaming right now.
Wait.
They click in and it's like spreadsheets.
Jew Rules is saying your formulas don't work. What did I do? I mean, was I way off? Was I way off? Am I terrible?
We're lucky that the names got to stay the right colors.
Ignore most of what you see on screen. Dennis won. Dennis won. Okay. Yeah.
But it was very close. Mike's analytical abilities on these was very impressive.
Yeah, well done. Well done for sure. All right. So let's do some quick plugs and we're going to wrap this up and raid somebody. So go ahead. Mike, go ahead.
Well, like I said, you can catch us on Tuesday evenings on the Pinball Network here, and then typically 1 or 2 times throughout the week, or the odd tournament on our regular channel at twitch.tv/pinballers. You can check us out on Instagram, Pinballers TTV, and on Facebook, Pinballers Pinball and Retro Streams.
Everyone thought they were still at work for a second there, just looking at the spreadsheets. Yeah, CNK chat. Yeah, I hope. I don't know if people in chat were all over it. Then that's. I like that Joel's on brand even for non-pinball games. Oh, because I suck at spreadsheets too. Well done, Trumpachi. Yes, Mike. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here. Always appreciate you. Yeah, thanks a bunch, and thanks for thinking up the game. I really do. Yeah,
no problem.
Dennis, go for it.
Well, thank you again, Joel, for having me on with Craig and Mike. Dennis Kriesel, co-host of the Pinball Show over on the Pinball Network, and also co-host over at the Eclectic Gamers Podcast. And that's pretty much it in terms of pinball, though I will take this opportunity to do a special shout out to Andrew D and Goku already and Trapanchi, if I'm saying that right, because they all joined the EGP Patreon during the stream.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Outlaw Pinball. I hope your wife does the checkbook. No, believe it or not, I do the bills. Hey, feel free to do mental math in front of a large group. It's great. It feels so great.
Mike didn't have any problem doing it.
Mike's great. So,
do that for a living. That's the problem.
Yeah, there we go. Well, Dennis, thank you, man. Thanks for being here. And check out, he did a this or that on his watches video. It was a lot of fun. Dennis, since we never share our numbers, congrats on 5,000 listens to the last Pinball Show episode. Hey, people love Dennis and Zach. Yeah. Craig, go for it, man.
Craig Bobby doing the top stories news segment on the Pinball Show with Zach Meny and Dennis Kriesel, which is, of course, part of the Pinball Network. So you can hear us on that podcatcher every Monday talking about everything pinball, from the news to the market trends to what's happening out there, game reviews, production updates. It's all good stuff.
Awesome.
All good stuff. And hey, a quick shout out while I'm talking as well, since we're plugging things. That if I just installed a couple of weeks ago on my Godzilla again, the Pinmonk Silent Fan, and I will say again, I walked into the room today as I came home with my machines on, and I was like, wow, don't these fans make a huge difference? So if you want to stop your new in-box pinball machine, Stern Spike 11, your
Spike 11,
your new Stern pinball machine from sounding like there's a jet airplane taking off in your game room, put one of these silent fans in. I have no clue why Stern can't put a more silent fan in these machines. I don't buy George Gomez's excuse that they needed a fan that was robust enough to be able to survive in hot climates. I think that's BS. I say go back to the drawing board on that one, Stern, because it makes a world of difference to have these things with that silent fan.
100%.
Yes. Put Pinmonk out of business, Stern.
Yeah, and I mean,
What Greg just said.
I have them in both of these games, and I know Zach. I'm sorry, but one of your last straight down the middle videos, you had your games on in the background, and you could hear the fan fire up in one of your videos. So like,
Horrendous.
Yeah, I wish they were stock for sure. But Craig, thank you, man. Thank you for being here. And I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid. But yes, I am Joel. I do the Flippin' Out stream every Wednesday, and then I do the Flippin' Out stream on the Flippin' Out channel every other Thursday. Have a lot of fun with that. Of course, why not? I'll plug my Patreon, Triple Drain. Go to Patreon, search Triple Drain, you'll find it. I think it's triple_drain is the extension. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun with that. Tom, Travis, and myself just released an episode for that. But chat, always appreciate you guys. Really enjoy doing these chatting streams just because chat is so active, and it's always a lot of fun. So we probably have, I don't know, a minute of awkwardly waiting for this raid to happen. So I don't know if anybody else has anything here. That was the the bathroom fan is what we heard, Ozok, in the straight down the middle video. that's what we, yeah. But yeah, CNK, everybody, yeah, check this out on YouTube. This, if you came in late, check it out on YouTube, and hopefully. When are you getting Bond, Joel? I think Zach said I should be getting one of the early ones, like one of the media editions or whatnot. So hopefully, I don't know, early sometime November. We will see. Thoughts on the price of 60th? Way more than I want it to be, but it's deserved. I don't know, 25 plus.
Whatever you want it to be.
I mean, realistically though, like what do
I
you
think it's gonna be in the 20s. Yeah,
20s.
What are we talking about?
Then Bond
gonna be
60th.
like-
Where's it going to be?
Elwyn, yeah.
Oh.
Elwyn game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
20s. I think 20s.
Elwyn
Alright.
bumps it up at least 5,000.
And raid's going to happen any moment now.
Yeah, it ain't no
There
dog
it
park.
goes. All right, so there goes the raid. If you're still here, thanks for being here. But we're going to go ahead and shut it down. No stream next week. Yep. All right.